I've been a photographer pretty much all my life. What is it that keeps me photographing day after week, after decade, on and on? And I think the answer is simple. It's my way of engaging with the world. I had pretty much always traveled in a small travel trailer, somewhere between 24, 26 feet on my photographic assignments. I knew the lifestyle. I'd go out on assignment for 3, 4, sometimes 5 months of the year. And my wife's a college professor, so she could join me if we had assignments in the summer. And one day when she came in from birding and I'd come in from photographing bison, she said over lunch, I've been talking to some of the volunteers here, and I think I know how we're gonna retire. We're gonna buy a big fifth wheel and live in it full time, and we're gonna travel around the country volunteering at national parks and wildlife refuges and whatever else we find. And it didn't take me 4 seconds or any arm twisting to recognize this is perfect. That's brilliant.
We ask them for the time to come and work 30 hours a week, and then we give them the rest of the time to sort of play in this beautiful environment that we have.
Well, we actually saw an ad for it in Volunteer.gov. That's VOLUNTEER.gov. And I gave Steve a call and said, I know you're looking for somebody for right now in the fall, but would you be amenable to maybe talking about next summer?
And I remember speaking with him about some of the opportunities we'd have here in Grand Portage. Is we're always looking for, folks to sort of fill the roles we have in terms of interpretive stations, but it's what extracurricular things could we have interested in and try to pair up or match people's skills to their interests. And with Alan being a photographer, it was an easy sell because we have, plenty of beautiful scenery here that we have. Talked to him extensively about the rendezvous that was going to take place here.
I have to tell you, after so many years of crisscrossing the country and being frustrated by not having enough time in some of these gorgeous areas where we go, to be able to do this and spend an entire summer here or an entire winter in the Sonoran Desert, it's just a dream come true. I'm building a portfolio that 20 years ago I wouldn't have dreamed possible. I'm just having the time of my life.
So Alan's been working on a number of projects and tasks here for us. So I know he's got a lot of stuff in the works. We've been talking about a book potentially and some other items.
So this was the book that I showed to Heather, the superintendent here, and to Steve. And I said, there's absolutely no reason in the world that I can do something like this for you folks here.
Having a document like a book like that, I think, is a really big deal for us. We kind of recognize that, particularly for our rendezvous the second weekend of August, we've probably are at our Zenith phase right now. We knew we had some great presenters coming this year, just really high quality reenactors, and then we coupled that with Alan's skill in terms of being the photographer, wanting to sort of capture this moment. So if we were to ever just say, 10 years from now, 15 years from now, as people age out of the hobby or just changes, things change in life. We want this place to be able to know what's possible to achieve again, certainly. And that was kind of our motivation, at least in terms of thinking about that.
Here's my chance finally to get some pictures of you at work. Once we start settling down, this is my harvest time. These 15 years, this 15-year road trip is my time to make images and not a whole lot of other things. Having said that, I'm already back into the bookmaking process, so we're going to do a couple here for Grand Portage, a very special one on the Rendezvous, which is a subject well deserving of that kind of treatment, and we'll do a separate book on the Grand Portage itself and how important this is to the history of the fur industry. Yeah, this is my legacy that lets the world know that I was here and this is what I saw, and it was important. This beautiful place is being ignored by the powers that be. We're turning our planet into a cesspool, slowly but surely, and nobody really seems to give a damn about that. So I'm here to show why what we have is so important. So if I can help people to understand how important this is, then I've thrown a little pebble in the water and maybe the ripple will go out.